Good morning, guys. It is day 4 on the Via Podiensis, and yes, I'm awake. I had a great night's sleep last night in a room with 5 other pilgrims, and 2 of them were snoring the whole time. But you know, I passed out after the night that I had yesterday. It was all good. Just had breakfast right now. What was it? Café con leche in a bowl. So funny how they drink coffee here. And I also have some yogurt. Lots of bread with butter and yam and orange juice. Today we have a 28-kilometer day, the longest so far. I did like a 23 and 2 19s. Today we're doing about half of it is just going downhill, and then we have a couple of hills before we make it to the town where we're heading today. Doing laundry today, hopefully. I got a full bag that I need to wash, and we're crossing from one province to the next, or department as they call it here. So yeah, nice building, nice albergue, not religious whatsoever. It's mostly for agricultural purposes. They have like 2 wings, like 2 Gites with 2 different names, but it's all the same. And it's run by the farmers from the region. So the food that you're eating is being grown in this area. It kind of reminds you of Roncesvalles in Spain, right? On the end of day 1. Look at the fog in the distance as well. It's a little bit cold, but it's not windy yet. You can definitely notice the change in the weather. It's starting to get windy this early in the morning, which is not good news. You can see the clouds rolling in over the mountains and over the forest. It is Tuesday, August 31st, yes. And from Thursday on, it's gonna rain and it's gonna be cold. Since it's the end of August, it means that over the next couple of weeks, there's gonna be less people walking the Camino, because as I mentioned before, the first half of this trip is made by French people that are here on vacation. They're not actually walking to Santiago. So I guess from then on, I'll start to see the pilgrims that are actually walking to Spain or to Saint Jean-Pied-de-Port. Great time yesterday at the albergue with all the other pilgrims, or the other hikers, let's call them hikers. There were a few there that spoke English. I saw them this morning as well. And just using Google Translate to communicate with the rest. Great application that I've used it here before, and I probably will be using it in Japan for sure. Look at the bun. At the rate that things are going, by the time I make it to Japan, it's gonna be like down to here. It is almost 10 a.m. The first 25% of the way is now behind me, so I have 21 kilometers to go. There's a village up ahead. Maybe I'll get a snack, maybe not. I definitely had to get some water because I'm running a little bit low. As far as the luggage transferring service, it's just been amazing. Every time I get to the albergue, the luggage is just there waiting for me magically. I haven't seen these people. I found them on the internet. I send them my itinerary. I pay for it. And then I just get here and the luggage gets transferred without me even seeing these people.
Le Rouget.
Nothing in this town, but look at this, the sun just came out, the wind is dying down, and I did get to get some water from a water fountain. If it was good enough for that fellow pilgrim, it is good enough for me. So whenever I come across a rest area, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna hit my supplies that I have in my backpack, especially those leftovers from yesterday's lunch. So many crosses on this Camino, it is incredible, more so than even in Spain. Every so often you see them, they have like different designs, and also there's so many, the markings, the GR65, the red and white stripes, they're all over the place. It's so hard to get lost here, like you really have to try to get lost, because even if you make a wrong turn, there's always like an X waiting for you there.
Saint-Alban-sur-Limagnole.
Very nice little village here. I guess all the pilgrims decided to meet up at the bar right across the street from the church. And I decided to have a beer and the leftovers from yesterday's lunch. And I also went to the corner bakery where I got a croissant. I was looking for a chocolate croissant and they didn't have it. Went into the church and got a few shots in there, and also of the chateau atop. So you start coming down and you see the town down below, and you make your way through the streets. As you can see, the sun already came out, and so did my fleece jacket, but the wind is still the issue right now. Seeing a few pilgrims that I haven't seen in a couple of days, especially because since a few of them are not booking ahead, they kind of have to go wherever there's space available. And just as I left a small town, there's a supermarket here. I went inside and to get something for the road for tomorrow. So I got some ham and an apple, and just as I stepped outside, they closed it down. So I guess for lunch break. And now I'm officially at the halfway point of the day, so I have 14 kilometers to go. It is that time of the day and the first time on the trip when I have to use the umbrella because the sun is blasting right now. It's actually warming up, and that climb out of the town was a good one. I cannot imagine being there on a rainy day like Thursday. And while I was making my way up, I bumped into another pilgrim, this woman from the north of France. She speaks Spanish, and she was telling me how I had to go to India, to the Himalayas, and do a pilgrimage there in August, where you go to a cave, Chiba's cave, and it's like 2 days walking, and then you walk at night, and it just sounds amazing. And the Himalayas, I haven't been there, so who knows? I never say never, and that sounds like a good idea. So yeah, climbed all the way up here. Now it seems like we're gonna descend into this small village up ahead. What an interesting little oasis that I come across. One of those places where they have like vending machines and they had a toilet too. But best of all, there was a large group of pilgrims, the French, the ones that speak Spanish, the ones that I've been talking to individually, they were all there together. So we got to share a moment. I already passed the 75% of the way. I'm actually 6 kilometers away from town. The sun is just been brutal. You know, in the morning it was cold and windy. In the afternoon, it's hot. And then on Thursday, it's gonna rain. That's how it goes out here on the Camino. So after almost a 30-kilometer day and almost 7 hours on the road, I made it to the Gîte at almost 5 p.m. And it's one of those Gîtes that is like 3 stories high, and they don't let you carry your backpack or the luggage up. So I had to take like a little basket and take multiple trips because I'm on the 2nd floor, but then there's a kitchen, so I'm actually like on the 3rd floor. And then I had like a moment of panic when I went into Google Maps looking for the laundry room, the laundromat. It said that it was like 2.5 kilometers outside of town. And I was like, no, this is not happening to me right now. And I was prepared to do the trip, but then the owner showed up at 6:30, and she told me that there was another one about 2 blocks away. I guess it's just not listed on Google Maps. And I just went there, and as I was getting ready to put all my clothes inside, it's very small, the owner showed up and he asked me if everything was okay, and all I needed was the detergent, so he gave it to me. I guess it's included in the price. So right now I'm just waiting for that washer, and I'm gonna head over to a restaurant and get a bite to eat because the Gîte doesn't offer dinner. They do have a breakfast tomorrow at 7:30, but no dinner. So that moment of panic turned out to be over nothing. Everything always works out for me in the end. Where do I start? But of course, thanking Nina for being the trail angel. Thank you so much for your donation. It's much appreciated. So yes, I got to wash all my clothes and it only cost me €7. It was worth every penny because I'm used to paying that just to wash one set, maybe 2 sets of clothes, and here I washed about 7 or 8. I had to carry the huge bag all the way back to the Gîte, and then I went across the street to the restaurant. There's a hotel / restaurant that the owner of the Gîte recommended, and when I got there it was just jam-packed and they told me that I needed a reservation, so I just couldn't eat there. So left wandering the streets trying to find a place that was open to get a bite to eat, and I found a pizzeria, so I ended up having pizza for dinner here in the table behind me with an orangina. And then I went upstairs and I got all my clothes, I laid it out on the bed, had to organize it into the compression sacks because they don't let me carry the backpack or the case to the 3rd floor. So once I had it all organized, I brought it down and I'm done. I'm set. Now all I have to do is go to the room and transfer all the footage and then try to catch some sleep. What time is it already? It's 9:30. The doors close at 10 and then you can't get in. That's it for today, guys. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow morning at 7:30. Breakfast will be served back there. And then we're heading out for another 25-kilometer day, followed by like a 30-kilometer day under the rain. I'll deal with that when I get there. At least I have fresh clothes. See you guys tomorrow.